All right, hey, let me know if you don't hear me. I can turn myself up on my end. My settings got kind of messed up in moving everything over into
Yeah,
the other space that I'm in.
the bass is kind of like crazy right now. I don't know what that's about. You kind of
What,
sound
my
like
voice?
yeah, you kind of sound like you're talking like real like extra like you trying to intentionally make your voice get deep. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't test those settings at all. Hold on.
Yeah, it kind of just feels like a little too strong, if that makes sense. Uh, Let me make sure that Twitch is working because sometimes Twitch don't be working. Like it's the only website that I don't understand.
Hmm.
Okay, it does. But sometimes like there would be certain like Twitch channels that I like literally just doesn't work. I don't know what it is, but
What up, Yobi? Hey, y'all, let me know how I sound
you're
now.
coming down a little bit, but you starting to sound better.
Um, okay, so I adjusted the right thing now. Hold on.
What's going on, guys? So this is how we're gonna do this. You have to excuse me. I'll show you guys. I've been stuck at work the past 2 days, like 3 or 4 hours after work. Um, I saw people talking about triangle strategy. As you can
Hmm.
see, let me switch transition real quick. That's what I've been playing. I've been playing triangle strategy. So,
Okay. How is it?
why is it showing that? It shouldn't be showing that.
Hustle's a little boosted. Not bad though.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
I
Just
said,
let.
you're a little boosted. I don't know what it is, but
Nah, I think I saw the issue. I should be cool now. I should sound normal now. I think I saw the issue though.
you still sound a little bit boosted, just a little
Really?
bit. It sounds like you really trying to get your point across today.
Nah, not
Hustle
not
will be
even.
heard today.
I'm making changes on the fly, so y'all let me know on my little DBS thing.
I'm so
Oh
tired.
man,
I don't know
I
why.
really wish I could have put a green screen up or something, man. But this is that's kind of crazy. I got the camera kind of far away too. I'm finna get a close up. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe just turn yourself down a little bit. Maybe that will solve everything. Just turn yourself down a little bit. I think it's just because it's a reaction, so I don't really expect a whole lot of people to show up for this. But let's not.
How about now?
You know,
I
you
should be cool now.
yeah, you're fine. I was just turning you
Oh,
down manually here too. So
I think I was turned up too much on my mixer itself.
yeah,
Ow.
you sound better. You definitely sound better.
And how about
So
now? I just want to know. We
yeah,
cool now?
you sound good.
Yeah.
So
All right.
what yeah, Flame. It's right here. Ugh,
Mm.
triangle strategy. I don't know. The you guys know how these cameras are. They want to focus on everything but what I tell them to focus on. But
Mm.
yeah, so hustle. What do you
Yes,
expect
sir.
from this reaction? Keep in mind they didn't like really promote this as like an indie showcase or anything like this. Now I think it's fair to not
Hmm.
expect like crazy stuff here. Like no God of War is gonna be here, nothing like that. But what do you expect here?
Well, I do got a couple of sources or a couple of people who I go to for the PlayStation stuff. Shout out to Jab Moon Johnny. He actually said it. I think it's supposed to revolve around PlayStation Japan. I don't expect to see no Bloodborne 2. I don't expect to see no Last of Us 2, no God of War, as you mentioned. This is gonna be something light. And I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even know this was happening this week until you told me like yesterday. I think you hit me up about it. You was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Hustle, you want to do it?" I'm like, "That's happening now." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll be here. I'll make sure I'm here." But yeah, I didn't even know what was going on this week. They didn't really promote it as per usual, or as much as PlayStation didn't promote this as like they would normally promote something. So I don't expect really anything, honestly. I don't expect not that that's a bad thing, but I don't expect nothing for real. It wouldn't surprise me if they show mostly indie stuff. I'll just say that.
So what do you think about like a Final Fantasy in here somewhere?
Oh no, sir. because I think if we would see something that big, I think we would have got like word on that. Matter of fact, we would have got word from Square on that. Did they announce the PlayStation or did Square announce the delay of Forspoken? Pardon me.
Yes, it's officially been delayed.
All right, so we won't hear nothing from that either, as a matter of fact. So I don't even think we see gameplay from that. Yeah, I think this is gonna be super late. I won't be surprised if, excuse me, I won't be surprised if something else is there. Let me cut this up a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll talk about her. We got some. I got some topics for us to talk about after this thing because it's only 20 minutes long, but I figured it'd be a good thing to start the show with. So talk about some Halo. I think we're gonna talk about some Xbox One in 2021 Metacritic average. First time it's ever been above an 85. Hustle.
Mm.
Then
Man,
then we're gonna talk about Forsaken getting delayed because that's just how we are. So
Forspoken. Yeah, that's a little different. Hey, all right, with a few minutes left before we get started with this PlayStation stuff, do you expect to see anything at all? Like, what do you expect to see? What would you like to see? I guess maybe that's
well, I mean, you've ruined my whole expectations in this thing. I expected at least some Final Fantasy. They saying Japanese related stuff. So now I'm just like, I could have stayed asleep, man. I could have canceled Addict show entirely this week. Like, we could have been great. Persona 6 or Final Fantasy 16 or bust. You know what, Dark Times? I'm right there with you. I go in
man.
You know what's funny? People always say, keep your expectations with Xbox, but don't keep your expectations with PlayStation. I'm just keeping that same energy. I expect the world from PlayStation. The winning platform. I want to see everything from them.
I see Ghostwire Tokyo in the chat. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm not really interested in like the BioShock-esque type games, but yeah, sure.
Well, Ghost Tokyo is already in the hands of reviewers, so I don't think that's going to be here.
Okay.
And I know that because I'm trying to get a review code. So I don't even know why. Part of me feels like I'm just gonna drop that game, but you know, it is what it is. I need to stick to Triangle Strategy and get that reviewed. So far so good, man. So far so good. You could tell it's like one of those games, Hustle, where it's like you could tell that some serious stuff went down in the past. And you could tell that the whole world's moved on from it, and everyone acting all nice to each other, like because there's these three kingdoms, and they used to have serious beef, but now they're trying to now they work together, and the whole time I'm doing like these royal meetings and stuff, the only thing I'm thinking to myself is someone about to stab someone in the back, like someone. This could be some Game of Thrones stuff. Something about to go down.
Okay. All right. Well. That's good to know. I think the next, well, I'm gonna get back on I almost said Demon Souls. I'm getting back on what's that? The Soulsborne game that Elden Ring. I'm getting back on Elden Ring. That's why I was trying to get my stream stuff together. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like a level 115 or 20.
Jesus, Zach, don't do that.
Yeah, I got a samurai build. Got the moon veil, and I got the blood river of blood or whatever it's called. It's 2 katanas. So what I do is I switch to 2 because I normally 2-hand them. So I'll keep them both. Like I'll hit you with both of them because they have both bleeding effects. But if I really need like a specific type of ability, I'll 2-hand one or 2-hand the other. You know what I'm saying? We got
before we get started. Oh, go ahead.
We got a $5 super chat from John Wolf. Wanted to show my support to Addict and Hustle. God bless, guys, and I hope Sony shows good stuff. I agree, man. We need a We do. We need a Bloodborne and a Dragon, a Legend of Dragoon. I expect all that from this. I'm going in here with everything I got. We need it all. Give me a reason to turn this PlayStation on, please, PlayStation.
Legend of Dragoon. Y'all got it.
The PlayStation. What's funny is the PlayStation is at my girlfriend. She plays that. I don't even play it. So give me a reason to use that, man. Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right.
The year 2043.
I am Ivy the android.
I think we've seen this game
Today's
before.
Dinosaur forecast. A dinosaur outbreak will soon occur. Residents in the affected area.
Is this Anthem 2.0?
And a team of exo-fighters has been
Anthem? I hope not.
No, I don't think it's Anthem. I was like, is it like someone trying to do Anthem better?
has been issued. Please remain indoors.
Look at them robot booty.
Hey, facts. Hey, what? You know what? What the? Wow. Okay. If we did see this, I don't remember it. Capcom. Wait, is this Pragmata, Project Pragmata, or something like that?
I don't know.
I'm making sense of this situation.
You've been living family chief directors for 2 years.
All I wanted.
Capcom has really ran out of stuff to do over there.
Latest dinosaur forecasts and exosuit technology.
They hold on. They really
Novelty is to zero.
I got a
Making
5K
it-
PVE though,
they making a game about dinosaurs.
and not the game about dinosaurs that everybody wants with Dino Crisis.
Exosuit development is proceeding under the guidance of the next gen AI, Leviathan.
Oh, what is that? Can you just switch echo
Ideas
suits in mid gameplay?
to become new
That's cool.
exo-fighters. Humanity's great
You know, it's funny. I talk all this snap. I'll probably go end up playing this game at some point.
I mean, but y'all play this. Kind of reminds me of like a Destiny type thing, the way it's PvE.
Don't you dare say that.
Here we go. What the hell? Exo Primal. Okay. All right. I don't remember saying
Another exo-fighter recruit, right? Welcome to Ivy.
that. Yeah, I don't remember saying this at all. All right.
I think everyone could have lived without
State
that.
of Play returns with more announcements and updates for your favorite games.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see how good it is. I'm not gonna.
Just saw
Yeah,
the
that's new.
debut of
I'm not
Untitled
gonna go
Chapter,
too much
a
into it
brand
because
new
it looks
IP
like
from
something
Bungie.
new.
It hits PS4
Yeah, it
and
is new. They
PS5
just said it was
next year.
new. Ghost Wide
Next up, let's
Tokyo.
get to
Somebody in the
Live
chat
Ops
called
updates
that.
for
Shout
some
out to
fan
y'all.
favorites launching soon.
I do like the way they do these state of plays.
Yeah, they kind of just get to it, right? It don't, it don't seem like it's no filler.
Oh, Ghostwire Tokyo is here.
Yeah. Am I ahead of you at it?
It just showed up.
Oh, yes, I am. Okay, I'm ahead of you.
How much ahead?
KK, okay, now we're cooking. You'll see that in a minute. Yeah, I'm ahead of you. I'm gonna chill.
Okay. Let me refresh. I ain't gonna lie, this Ghostwire looks interesting a little bit. Like, I'm not completely sold on it, but it does look interesting.
I'll pass on that.
Oh, you can't be like that, man.
I don't know. Maybe it's the first person that I gotta get over that, I guess.
That's that PlayStation stuff in you talking, man. Not everything gotta be third person. Hunt for the truth. Oh, that's creepy. Oh. I think, I don't know. I'm kind of half in, half out with that title. I'm not going to lie. A little half in, half out. I'm not going to say it's bad or anything like that. I mean, I didn't really... The dinosaur thing didn't look bad. I was just joking. It's like a Devil May Cry ripoff. Oh, it's this Final Fantasy game. Yeah, it's that Final Fantasy game.
Well, hell, I was wrong about something. I was wrong about part of this. Final Fantasy Origin. Okay.
Later today, visit PlayStation Store to download
That's on
the new
Xbox,
demo for
by the way.
Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Now, let's jump into
Oh,
the
I'm
world of
surprised they're showing
Forspoken
this.
with some all-new gameplay.
All new gameplay. You better show me something because I ain't seen one thing about this game that makes me want to buy it.
Yeah, in a everything here wants to kill you kind of way.
Really surprised they're showing this since they just delayed it.
Till October, didn't it?
I think so, yeah. I thought that's what I read on Twitter. Yo, why are people so down on this game? Like, what's
It
wrong
just
with
doesn't look good to me, man. Like, the only thing I ever see is just her walking through fields and shooting stuff. Like, there's never anything story narrative in these trailers. Never anything showing why she's doing anything. Never anything, like, remotely interesting about it.
Well, wait a minute. There was a one.
Just her walking through streets and shooting stuff, Russell. The same stuff we've seen.
No. She was in a courtroom or something like that, and she was like a defendant or something. I remember at one of these reactions that we did. It had to been last year sometime.
This is a prime example of Square Enix can't get their stuff together.
Let's finish this.
Well, I'm gonna try this one for sure. Whether it's on PC, PS5, whatever, I'm gonna try this one for sure.
I'm gonna wait for that Game Pass.
Oh man. Oh man. Let's see if they put the date on this thing. Yep, October 11th. There we go. All right, well, I'll play that day one for sure.
I mean, I'm probably gonna play it day one because I'm gonna review it, but still.
Sprawling PS5 adventure Forspoken from Luminous Productions.
I hope it's
Let's check
good.
out some 6v6 action in
Gundam
a
Evolution.
fast-paced multiplayer
These are these
shooter
PlayStation
PS5
games of service that you guys wanted.
Oh no, you know what? I'll check it out, but I'm gonna pass on that one, dog.
What is this?
Like Mobile Suit Gundam, but I ain't never really been into this nowhere though.
Welcome to the battlefield. Three competitions game mode. Are they trying to make a Gundam Battlefield? This
I'm
looks
actually with that.
this looks horrible.
I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. It depends on how many game modes that they'll have. I know if they announce more.
This looks horrible.
You mean graphically or just in general?
I think I'd rather play solitaire on my computer.
Oh, sir, come on. It's not. It don't look that bad, do it?
It looked pretty bad.
Well, I can't say this until I actually try this out, but it seemed like the weapons. It seemed like there's no weight to what you're doing.
It just don't look like it's not for me. That game's definitely not for me. Put it on PlayStation now and I'll try it.
Network test. Oh, okay. They got a network test coming out later on this year. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Oh, okay. So they're repackaging the game, but I want to hear about Shredder's Revenge for real. Because I got a couple of them games on that list, as you know, Addict.
Feel like I can just go back there behind my green screen and go to sleep. I don't.
Tournament Fighters, okay. All right, Tournament Fighters. Tournament Fighters was kind of ass back in the day, but let me watch my language. Tournament Fighters wasn't that good, but they got a few gems in here. They got a few more gems in here. Turtles in Town. Turtles the arcade game, okay. It looked like these are the. Are they adding 4 players to all of this?
I don't know.
I think they are. Yeah. I think they're adding 4 players to.
I'm gonna need the chat
games.
to double check all of these on Twitter and make sure all of these are PlayStation. This is that one game. I know what this is. I played the first one.
What is this?
I can't remember what it's called, but It's a fun game. I mean, I can't say it's horrible or anything like that.
Hey, look, I can't speak for y'all in the chat, but I'm getting that Cowabunga collection day one. I'm sorry, I got to do it. I got to do it.
Gigabash. I don't know if
Gotta
that
do
was the game I was thinking about.
Kaiju Brawler Gigabash comes to PS4 and PS5.
Kaiju Brawler Gigabash.
Next, a fan favorite fighting game makes a beautiful and bizarre return.
It's shitting on the chat.
Street Fighter
Y'all chill in the
6.
chat, man.
Is this Street Fighter 6? Not actual gameplay. Don't you love when they put that at the bottom?
Oh, indeed. Hey, at least they're not lying about
This
it.
isn't Street Fighter because it's a different art style. It might not. It might be Street Fighter anyway, because it looks like it's going to be a CGI. It's a bull the inherit bloodline. Whoa, is this
What the hell?
Bloody Roar? I don't know about head-to-head
I
fighters.
think so at it. I like
My-
the art style of whatever this is, though. I will say that. Little cell shaded.
I don't play head-to-head fighters.
It'll live forever. In terms of graphically, it'll live forever. They can remaster it and put it back out. It's still gonna look good. Oh, I know what it is. I just got the spoiler on Twitter. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Is it JoJo?
Yes, yes, you figured it out.
Someone in the chat said it.
Okay, shout out to them. Yeah, Neville had tweeted that out. But the game visually looks good, and they can remaster this about 10 years from now, and it'll look even better. Like it won't age at all. With 50 playable, goddamn. All right. Okay, early fall.
To be continued.
All right.
Well, we got like what 6 minutes left.
Our next two games will take you beyond life and death.
Well, they showed the Ninja Turtles. I'm cool. I like it. 10 out of 10 for me, y'all. Let's go.
I just don't know JoJo.
Me neither.
Never
I know
watched
it's
it.
an anime. I never watched it either. Oh shit! This is another seafood-esque type of trek to Yomi.
お前がこうしておるうちに我が君はすでにお前の村に入っておる。
You're a little behind on your stream. I know. That is what it is.
Okay. Oh,
Can't-
whoops. Am I spoiling it or?
Yeah, you spoiled the name, but I wouldn't have
My
cared.
bad.
This isn't that. This game isn't all that.
できない。
It looked cool, and it looked like it's just gonna be in black and white too.
You know what, Flame? I want to go back and play Triangle Strategy.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, y'all.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Try it. Well, they said they wasn't gonna have nothing like
This state of play's probably been one of the worst state of plays in a while.
But look, they said they wasn't gonna show nothing big. Even though this game they're showing now.
Well, I mean,
All right, this is
they
what
didn't show nothing at all, so nothing big definitely wasn't gonna happen.
Hey, they showed the Ninja Turtles. Addict, I can't let you do that.
They showed like a 15-year-old game. They showed something. I got you.
No, Addict 20 plus 20. Devolver Digital. Oh, you know what? I can trust this game now because Devolver Digital does have a good
Yeah,
talent. I
they
kind of trust this a
do.
little bit.
When it comes to indie games, unless like it looks really, really good. Oh, PlayStation Studios.
Trapped in an endless cycle.
Oh, okay, DLC
Oh,
for Returnal. Show.
Dying,
Y'all got it.
returning. Always the same.
Game looked really good, even though it was at 1080p. Game still look good.
Astra, I'm not alone.
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, you can play co-op.
Help! I can get some help. Thank you.
Okay,
guys.
okay. This is fun. This is good.
My bad.
All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you. Thank you, PlayStation.
I climb,
God.
That was good. That was good.
pushing the boulder upward. No matter how
They put
high
co-op
I
in the
climb,
joint.
Me and you
That's
need to
what's
play
up,
this game, Hustle.
man. Hey, you got to carry me all the way through it, sir.
Hey, I can actually get Kid Smooth through the game now.
Hey, facts. And that's dope. That's dope.
This is good. This is good. I like that. That was good.
Infinite.
Hey, I didn't beat this, but are they adding stuff to the story?
Answers.
Because that's what it looked like. It looked like some new story beats to this too. Y'all let me know in the chat.
I never beat it.
My release is within this tower, and I will find it.
Once I saw the ending, the ending was kind of like open-ended. You kind of interpret it how you will, but it sounded like they about to. Okay, and it sounded like it's a free update. All right,
March
we'll see.
22nd. It's around the corner too.
Housemarque is bringing campaign co-op and a
Oh, they got a
mysterious
survival mode.
to
And it's
Returnal
campaign
Ascension.
co-op. All right,
Free update
I like
hitting
that.
Housemarque.
I need help, boy.
It's almost time to
What's
sign
this?
off, but before we do, let's get a first look at 2 brand new games coming from Square
Them,
Enix.
there your people go, addicts.
2 brand new games coming from Square Enix. Watch they mess this up.
Is this really what you want?
And you are certain that what we are doing is best for the people of the kingdom.
Yes. I suppose it would, in a sense. True.
Hey, it can't be return. It's not Return of Director's Cut. It's a free update. We can't really go too much at them over that.
That's good. It's free by the look of it.
The era of myths gives way to an era of great turmoil.
What kind of gameplay we looking at? This looks tactics like.
War between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The kingdom of Alatane.
It's because you need boats to attack them. They in the middle of the ocean.
Stained with the blood of battle.
We've finally been called up. We're up against.
How do you think this looks at it?
It depends what kind of gameplay it is. Before I gotta see the gameplay first.
Hey, that's all you, addict. I'm gonna need that review, sir.
I don't know.
Do you really have
I'm
such a
alright.
yearning for war? I can't comprehend it.
Hey, with the show's about to end, y'all. What y'all think of the show in the chat? Out of 10.
That looks okay. I just gotta see more of it.
What shall we do now?
We're going to retake it.
This is our chance while they're all assembled. We should send our best and crush them.
That's right. All the more reason to avoid bloodshed.
It also likely means that we're in danger.
I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
Oh, here we go.
The Dio Fields. Wait.
Chronicle.
Okay. Yeah, I missed this.
Coming 2022.
What's this other thing?
So,
they showed?
does someone look up on Twitter? Tell me if that's coming to Xbox, man. Someone look up on Twitter. It didn't say only on PlayStation, so there's a chance it might come on Xbox. Probably not. Probably on PC, but.
Hey, this kind of looks like Valkyria Chronicles. That art show. Well, I don't know if it's cell shaded, but that art style. I'm not saying that's what this is, but kind of gives it off that.
Unjust world. What will you choose?
Fight still lingers within you. Then accept my offer and join me.
Join me, hustle.
Sir. What is this?
A big miss. That's what this is.
I won't go that far. I'll say right up my alley in terms of third person not over the shoulder, but third person action. I could try to get in front of that.
Rather pull my teeth out.
Oh, you got it. I think I'm more likely to get this a chance than the last game they showed.
I think I'd rather give the last game a chance than this one.
Oh, shit.
On the brink of annihilation. Become my tool of intervention and save this world from
They got like 10 people in a basement making this game?
Yo, come on, man.
We'll have to see how it is.
Though. This
I just don't like the aesthetics. Like,
I think that they would have to grow me a little bit because it's kind of realistic and then kind of cell shaded a little bit. I might be here for that. Yo, this actually doesn't look bad though. Like, Oh, I said Valkyria Chronicles. This is Valkyria Elysium. Yes. Oh, Valkyria Elysium.
Oh,
yes,
see, Valkyrie was good because of the strategy in it. Now they done
They
messed
made
it up,
They
man.
made it for me. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Man, you got plenty of games that are tied to you.
Yeah, but there's a reason why they keep making them like this.
Look at that Dragoon wannabe.
That's all for today.
All right, well, let me go ahead and close this on this PC.
That's all for today.
All right, we out.
That's all for today.
I'm not really mad at that. It wasn't, of course, it wasn't their best showing, but so the Ninja Turtles thing kind of pushed it over for me. If I'm gonna grade this, and I know people are gonna, I see I killed the joint already. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10, but that's only because nostalgia kind of kicked in for me. And I like the last game they showed, and it was one of the other ones they showed too. So a few games was cool.
I give it a
Lord have mercy. Was it that bad, y'all? Good Lord.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that bad to me.
Look, it was passable. Passable grade, man. Passable grade. Why don't the chat tell me how you feel this should have been, man? Put a 1 through 10. 1 through 3 means god awful. 3 through 5 means I should have stayed home. 5 through 7 means okay, and 7 through 10 means spectacular. Tell me what you guys think, man. Put it in there. And it can't be your scale. It's got to be my scale. Keep that in mind. I told you the scale. It's not your scale. It's my scale. 7, you're crazy. I make a lot of jokes. The games looked interesting. It's just I got to see more on most of them. It wasn't like a bunch of games that I would not be interested in whatsoever. But they definitely needed more better shows and examples of gameplay when it comes to those games.
Well, the prediction or theory, quote unquote, that I had, it was fairly right in the beginning. They said it wasn't going to show nothing jaw dropping, which we figured. I'm surprised they showed Forspoken. I'm surprised they showed that. They gave a date, so October 11th, if I remember right. So we'll get that then, and that looked cool to me. Like that's something that I'm looking forward to trying out.
They should have showed something though, man. Some Final Fantasy, something, man. Well, we've went like a year and a half without seeing Final Fantasy 16 hustle.
Well, listen. Square told you, hold your horses a little bit. Hold on to what we got right here. I don't got no issue with it, man.
Clearly,
I don't Final Fantasy do either.
I feel like Square Enix is starting to turn into the platinum games of the industry, man. They working on so many games, and now we ain't getting the one we want. Like Final Fantasy 16 is becoming the Bayonetta 3. It is. It's like we don't see it. They don't talk about it. I mean, I think we just recently saw something on Bayonetta, like just not too long ago. But it's just like I can't say this was a horrible state of play, but it was just like for a Japanese show, it could have been better.
Okay, I see it's almost 200 of y'all in here. Can y'all please hit that like button and share the stream out, man? Also, I see a lot of the scores in the chat.
They're right. They're right scores. These are my peoples, man. They right.
I was gonna say, look, I respect y'all opinion, and I see why y'all upset.
If you listen to Hustle's voice, he don't respect y'all opinion.
Of course I do. But no, my thing with that was I was a little I mean, look, I didn't expect much, so I think my expectations were tempered, so I was cool. So whatever they showed me was kind of cool. I'm a little upset we didn't see, not that we would see it here, but they did show the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. I want to see Shredder's Revenge.
Called what? What is that called?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
I thought you said the Cowabunga collection.
That's what they showed today was the Cowabunga collection with all those old retro games. I'm copping that day one, by the way.
I agree.
We saw that, but we didn't see. You know what I mean?
Returnal definitely carried the show. I don't know. Sure. There was a couple. I really was interested in the kind of like strategy game that was in there somewhere. I can't really say it interested me 100%, but it was something that I looked at. Now I don't like the hack and slash games, so a lot of that was hack and slash. So none of that really applied to me. I've never really been the only hack and slash I've semi enjoyed is Devil May Cry, and that's because I really enjoy the universe they've built in Devil May Cry. But as you've seen through a lot, that we could easily go and just look stuff like that up, so we don't necessarily have to play that.
Well, you know what? 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, and it's just based off of. I mean, I saw some things that I liked in there. The Returnal thing was really dope though, because I still got. Well, I don't have it next to me now, but I still have it. I still had that game. I was like, and I'm glad that they added that update because I promise I need some help. Y'all, one of y'all gonna have to carry me all the way through this. That's all I'm saying. Just carry me through the bosses. I wonder if it's gonna be like a Elden Ring type of thing, the way you have to first play it, build the materials, and then call in for the co-op. Is it just gonna be drop in, drop out? Like, I wonder how that's gonna work. Hopefully, it's not like Elden Ring though.
Elden Ring. Look, we could talk about Elden Ring real quick. Okay, so we've officially moved on with the state of play. Now,
bye bye PlayStation.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go anymore. I can't give it anything more than that. But let's talk about Elden Ring. Hustle. From someone such as yourself, that's been kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily hating on the From Software games, but you've been distant. We'll say distant.
Oh, for sure.
You'll pop in every now and then. We got a $2 super chat from Flame. Returner got co-op before Halo. I'm dead. Oh, he kind of right there. But I would say it's probably a lot easier. I don't see, but if you look at that, it looked like co-op was available in this new mode. It didn't look like you could play it in the real Returnal game.
He just saying, he raised a good point though. You know, it's kind
of it's definitely a bad look. So, all right.
Yeah, what's up?
Elden Ring. How you feel about it?
It's fun. I had the chance to stream it the day that it came out. I put the 60 down. I'm playing it on PC. I do want to talk about some of the technical issues first before I even get into it. The micro stutters kind of took me out of that a little bit. I'm running it on PC. I have a fairly decent PC. Those micro stutters, man. Outside of that, what I like about that game, what I've always liked about the Souls games in particular, is the character design. Well, not the character design, but the enemy design. You fight the one big brolic dude standing up on the mountain. He's like, I guess he's a mini boss or whatever the case may be. Before you get, because I'm at Marguerite right now. I'm at Marguerite, Addict, and Erica and Eric and Pie. A couple of people tried to help me with it, but it's fun. I have to but I have to like learn everything. What seems like for the first time, because this isn't like Sekiro. Like, I can actually, if I really want to, I'm level 9 now. If I really want to go back to like that first area, I can go back in there farm. If I want to beat that dude with the big giant sword, he'll drop so many runes, right? He'll drop so many runes, and I can really like, beef up if I really want to. I'm gonna stream this game probably Saturday night, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it at level 9 to see if I can beat it in that. Probably won't be able to, but we'll see. I'm the prisoner build, which is like the magic or the mage of the game and everything.
Explain to me how a prisoner gets access to be able to use spells and stuff.
You got me.
That kind of like doesn't make sense to me. Like, he's a prisoner, so he knows how to like shoot spells. One would think that like because you would think that kind of class would be something that maybe is like a stealth type of class or something. Like, I don't know, like prisoner that shoots magic. I mean, to be honest, all of these classes you don't really have to abide by any of them. You could do anything you want, but it's interesting. So how far have you gotten it without like spoiling too much? Like, how far have you got?
No, I said it. No, I'm at Marguerite. I'm right there. Like the part where you because I was streaming it, the part where you jumped in on my stream and Erica was there and she was trying to help me and we had the NPC. I'm right there. I haven't played it since then because I've been handling some personal stuff. But I'm gonna pick it back up Friday or Saturday, man. And here goes nothing. Watch what I tell you.
Here goes nothing.
yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. But I love like the community of like Souls. Like, for the most part, they're like super accepting, they're extremely helpful, and that ain't just Erica. That's a ton of other people who I see. I see people posting videos of like fighting different bosses. Parallax Stella, the girl over there, Stella over there at IGN. I know she's posting those videos. Erica, congratulations to her. She's posting those videos as well. So I look, I'm gonna use those videos to my benefit. I'm gonna get a little help, but I'm gonna at least try to boss before I like just go look it up first though. But it's fun, and I've always enjoyed the character design too. Like, and that's one of the things that I'm always gonna like harping back to. I like what they're doing over there from, man. And real quick, I did want to bring this up. I saw a stat the way it was like 1 million people playing it at once on Steam.
And I don't really be playing on Steam like that because of because of all the cheating and fiasco stuff going on there. But the way that I see it, that's huge to have that many people playing that game. Like, because a lot of people don't really gravitate towards, because the PC, there's the problem with the PC in terms of releasing games on there, it's a lot of options. So people will end up like leaving prematurely a lot of the times. But it does feel like that isn't the case this time. And we've seen a lot of people stay. So that's nice. That's nice that we're seeing that.
I think the turning point for a lot of people was Bloodborne, to be honest with you. I think that was like the turning point when it comes to Souls games. When Bloodborne dropped on PS4, I mean, hell, I played it, but a good buddy of mine here had it. He was like, said, Ricky, go ahead and play this. I'm like, all right. I really wasn't into it. I didn't really know what I was doing either. But I think that was just like kind of like the turning point to where those Souls types of games used to be intimidating to a lot of people. I think that appeal is gone. I don't know if you saw that, but did you see the announcement that was made? I think it was made on Twitter, or it might have been made via a news outlet. They said pretty much our games are going to be difficult, and they're going to remain that way. Did you see that?
Yeah, and I'm glad for that, because I do feel like when it comes to From Software games, I understand. I personally don't care if they put easy mode in that game. I don't care. Because as long as it doesn't affect the overall experience when you first play it, it doesn't matter to me if it's easy or not. As long as they make the base level like difficulty that they've always made and they downscale that, I'm okay with that. But don't do it the other way around. Do not like do not make the easiest mode and then upscale it up, because I feel like then you're not really making the game around that difficulty. You're making it around the other difficulty, and you're scaling it up. So as long as they make it the difficulty that I'm used to and they scale that down, I'm fine with that. But here's the thing: like, sometimes games are just not for you, and I think that people forget about that. I think people have this absurd motion that everything's got to be for everyone, and I just don't think that's the realm of realistic shit. I don't think that's it. Like, no, like, if some games aren't for you, and I think until people really accept that, it's going to be kind of rough for people. You know what I'm saying? Because they always expect every game to be for everyone, and that's just not realistic.
Right. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of people in the industry complaining about that. I have yet to hear, I have yet to hear like an average consumer say, how come this isn't like this? I haven't really heard that like at all, to be honest with you. So yeah, and it's okay for it not to be for you. It's okay for you to sit this one out, or sit whatever conversation you want to sit out. That's cool. I saw other rumblings around about people, I guess, shaming or trying to gatekeep Elden Ring now. It's like, if you're new to it, you can't come or you can't be around. I'm like, y'all chill too, because I mean, hell, I'm going to try to join out, and I'm going to get my $60 worth up out of it. If I play something for 20 hours and can't get past the first boss, first of all, I'm getting some help. Second of all, I'm enjoying it the way I want to enjoy it. But it's cool, man. Like, I feel like, with most actual communities, PC community, Xbox, PlayStation, what have you, right? A lot of people are like really inviting, but it's the vocal minority who aren't, but yeah, what it is. Yeah, what it is. I mean, gotta brush past all that.
It's just one of those things that I agree with you. We need to stop telling people how to play their games. Like, I see people attacking for using mage builds, people attacking for all kinds of stuff. And it's just like people attacking smooth because I jumped in there, helped them for a boss or two. It's like, if you don't get that nonsense up out of here, like, first off, Smooth bought the game. Like, here's my thing, Hustle. If someone like Smooth is investing into Elden Ring and he's buying the game and he's enjoying it, then he's probably he's enjoying it more because he can play with other people. Keep in mind, Smooth has only ever really played these games for a challenge. He's not allowed to have a co-op assistant. And I think that you're seeing Smooth enjoy this game because you can have access to that. Like, keep in mind, Kid Smooth is playing this game and he's not being paid to do it. Like every day he's playing this game, and more sales means more funding for another project. But you know, we might get DLC to the Elden Ring that wasn't originally anticipated because maybe I don't know if they expected Elden Ring to do this good. Like maybe they thought they had something good, but they've made a lot of really good games. But this one's hitting different. It's hitting different for sure. So tell me exactly when it comes to Elden Ring, how you think the developers could do to make everyone happy. Like, and that you don't think that would hurt the overall foundation of the From Software games.
Keep doing what they're doing. Let me be honest with you.
I feel like go ahead and finish what you're saying.
No, I was gonna say keep doing what they're doing. If you are gonna have a co-op mode in it, don't make it so difficult.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
I feel like what's the problem in just having an invite system? What's the problem in just letting people play the game? I mean, maybe it's like a technical issue, not necessarily like the way they do things, because I don't know if you've really played it, but if you venture off too far, like a big white smoke will show up and you can't go any further. Like that's what happens when you have another person with you. Like eventually, like it doesn't, like there's pretty good boundaries that you can go, but sooner or later you will get to the point where you both can't go any further. So, you know, maybe make that a little bit easier. I do feel like the invite system is too annoying for no reason, like at all, no reason. And let's just tatty that up a little bit. I do feel like, I know I'm probably the minority of this, but I do feel like there needs to be a little bit more UI interaction with this, not necessarily with what's going on the stream, but I feel like, okay, hear me out. When you, in other games on a map, the map can be bland. But when you buy certain things in the stores, it starts showing you where stuff is on the map. I do feel like something like that, because I just get annoyed I can't find something I found. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I know this was here somewhere in this general area. And I get it. They want you to adventure. But I already adventured. I already traveled. I already found it. You want me to go find it again? Like, and they're like, oh, you can mark. But the thing is, like, they're all, like, I don't like the marking system because they all glow one color, blue. Like, let me change it to it. Unless there's a way to change it, which, you know, I'm sure the chat will correct me if there is a way to change it. But it's just like, I just want that to change a little bit. Just a little bit, not like a whole lot. I honestly feel like Elden Ring gets a pass when it comes to certain aspects of the lore. Like, people like, oh, Addict. That I like the game because there's not a lot of dialogue. What? So you're okay with going into 18 different dungeons and fighting the same 3 or 4 enemies? Then I'm sure I've fought in like 8 different types of giants, golems that's in these dungeons that have no lore to them whatsoever. Is someone just locking these things in these dungeons? Like, and I get it. That's the point of the game. But it's just like, to me, they only put these things in the game to give you a boss to fight and to patent out the actual game. They didn't put it in there. And people like, oh, Addict, you know, it doesn't need that kind of lore. It doesn't need explanation to why everything's there. I'm not asking for everything. But when I go through some of these dungeons and they have a cool boss at the end, I kind of want to know why he's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of frustrating a little bit that, like, I give my opinion on the matter and people attack me over it. They say, look, the From Software community is some of the biggest gatekeeping I've ever seen in my life. You know, this is how the From Software, I'm part of it. This is how they are. You walk in, they got their own rules, right? As long as you abide to the From Software rules and to their community guidelines, they're some of the most helpful people you've ever met. But the moment you go against them, and the moment you start breaking their rules, they're gonna come after your. They're coming after your neck.
Well, I can't speak to that. I can't really speak to that. But I think what I will say is, not everything does need a story. I mean, I find it odd that y'all is that community will always know so much. If I guarantee you this, if From felt as though it was important, they would have went ahead and put it together. They would have found a way to implement it in the story if they felt that it was important. Yeah, but everything don't need. I don't need to know why in Sekiro why the chained ogre is chained. Does that make sense to y'all?
And I get that, and that's valid criticism. But I do feel like there are certain bosses that look really cool, and they do a good job in certain explanations why certain bosses you'll fight and you go back to the round table, and they're like, you beat this boss, and some will even give you gifts for it because I guess they hated that man. But it's just like I wanted more of that in world building in general, not just related to the main story of the game. Like they have good narrative focused stuff on here, but for just a part of me just does not like the concept of just random bosses in these taverns, and you don't feel like there's anything building up for that to be done. Like there's mad cities, not cities, but there's towns that's abandoned, shacks abandoned. And I feel like they could have built more to a narrative of what's going on with these towns. Like, why are they abandoned? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, Addict. We got a comment from the chat. Shout out to Jonathan Dockery. He said there's another ping system that's green plus symbols. So I'm not sure.
But
what
there,
that is, but
I didn't see a green one. I haven't really used the ping system too much. This is me just nitpicking, really. But I'm still nitpick. Like, I enjoy the game. I put like 90 plus hours in the game. I love the game. But I am what?
Wait, have you finished it?
No.
Oh my God!
I don't even think I'm halfway through the game.
All right.
I be just getting sidetracked, man. I spent like 40 minutes in this like castle with all these hands. I kid you not, like physical hands that like crawl around. It's creepy. But you know, it's a good game, man. Here's the question to you, Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of good grace this game's getting. Do you think this is going to get Game of the Year?
Yeah, I think so. If God of War doesn't come out this year, if Zelda doesn't come out this, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2 don't come out this year, I think a lot would have to happen. But this wouldn't be the first time that the Souls games that released in March had one Game of the Year. Sekiro did it. I think that was 2019. Was 2019? I can't remember. But I know Sekiro did it. And also another game that won Game of the Year in March was The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And I don't know if it's just me, but these two games are getting a lot of comparisons, Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. For whatever reason, they're getting a lot of comparisons. Because the open world thing?
I think Elden Ring is a by far better game than Breath of the Wild.
I mean, hey, I'm not no Nintendo cat, man, but I see a lot of people making that comparison. Oh, and for the record, y'all, just because so y'all know, they're doing it for clicks. They're not doing it for nothing else. The only thing that them joints might have in common is literally like the open world, the fact that it's an open world.
Why does everything have to be open world compared to Breath of the Wild? Like, it's like,
well, I think they compared it to Breath of the Wild as opposed to Grand Theft Auto is because of what you're doing in the game. Yeah, you are actually fighting bosses and stuff like that. Hey, do you make food in this game, like for like health? I know you get those little not canisters. What's those things? Those little goblets that you have for your health and your magic.
You can do crafting. I don't know if you can make like physical food. I've never tried, but you can craft.
But you couldn't make food. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can. You might be able to, because there are stuff like that would make you think you can. But I didn't really look into that kind of mechanic. Because here's the thing about like this particular game is like they don't really teach you a lot in terms of mechanics. So if you miss it, you miss it. Like
I wanted to bring that up too. When I streamed that day, I missed the area to buy the crafting kit in. And there's a woman, I'm not aware of this woman's name, but right before you hit that first, well after if you run past the guy on that big horse in the golden armor, you can run past him. But there's like a church or something that you can go to. But
so
like right before that,
there's a lady on top of like a castle like thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently you're supposed to catch her in the very beginning of the game, and if you don't, you won't see her until halfway through or like toward the end of the game if you don't catch her right away. And she's supposed to be helpful. Like I said, when I played, I had missed that completely. And when Erica and yourself, when y'all did help me through it, it was like, no, Hustle, go back here right quick, because that's where I found the crafting.
And she was
stuff.
gone.
Yeah, she wasn't there. Yep, and whoever that woman wasn't there. So if I make it through that game, I'll see her later, I guess. But yeah, and Breath of the Wild, Slaughter Boulder. Oh, hey, no Horizon slander in the chat. I want to mention that too. Yo, poor Horizon. Nigga, this is twice that happened. That's twice, man. That's twice that happened to Horizon. The Horizon series.
Whose
No, no,
fault
oh,
is
well.
that though? Whose fault is that?
I mean, can you really get mad at
it's
Gorilla for that?
PlayStation's fault.
The first time it wasn't.
It's PlayStation's fault. Why did they release this? They should have gave a lot. I mean, I would have gave it like a month before Elden Ring came out. It was like what, a couple days? Like look,
Like a week. I think it's like a week. Yeah.
And what's funny
bad, man.
what's funny is I bet you when God of War comes out, Breath of the Wild's about to drop.
Well, hey, God of War won't have the same issue that Horizon had. I can guarantee you that one.
Well,
definitely
it could easily get overshadowed by Breath of the Wild.
I'm not rolling. I know that people, the industry has like that big nostalgia boner or whatever for Zelda. I get it. I don't think, that's one of the big dogs. I don't even get what happened with Uncharted. It wouldn't happen with the Uncharted series. It wouldn't happen with the last. Like if those games dropped at the same time, man, we know what hey, I'm Team Blue today, boy. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about that.
I think you underestimate God of War when it comes to Breath of the Wild too. I think if I don't think there's a lot that can compete with that game at this point, as long as Nintendo does a good job developing that game and they don't mess up too much. I think that's going to be a clean sweep. That game comes out around anything, it's going to absorb all the attention.
We'll see. If it dropped this year and something else dropped this year, we'll see about it. But right now, as it stands, though, I think I almost said Sekiro. Good lord, shame on me. I think Elden Ring takes home game of the year. I ain't never seen a From Software game like reportedly do that good though. Like it was like 1 million people in like a week. Like,
this game's gonna sell probably 15 to 20 million in the first couple months. Like that's how good this game's doing. To do 1 million on Steam already, it's crazy. So, all right, well we've talked a lot about Elden Ring on the podcast. I'm sure the chat wants to, let's talk about this Metacritic article this morning. Did you see this saying that Xbox is the 2021 highest Metacritic studios out there? They beat Sony. They beat everyone last year. Let me send you the link. But pretty much what it says is that Xbox, like all of their games last year, like average is the best rated developer or publisher. I guess you would say publisher. Best rated publisher out last year. So how you feel about this? Because like, I mean, what came out last year for PlayStation?
Ooh, don't get me the line. Okay, so wait, Demon's Souls came out last year. I know Spider-Man, Miles Morales came out last year. Returnal came out last year. Ratchet and Clank came
That's
out
a
last
good
year.
And Microsoft beat all that. And keep in mind, a lot of these games reviewed high, like in the high 80s.
85 plus, if I remember right. 85 and up. Damn. Yeah, I'm surprised. I do want to see that article. Whether you gonna put it in the chat or you gonna put it in Twitter.
I'm looking for it right now.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I guess they in the past couple years, they've been like keeping up with all of them, like who does this and who did that, and it said there clear as day that Xbox was the number one leading thing. It's hard to find anything now because this PlayStation now. This PlayStation State of Play has completely dominated the Twitter. That's all I see is talking about these horrible games that they just announced. Nah, I'm joking.
No, you straight. And while you're looking for that, I'm gonna answer a question or a comment by Gamer by Choice. Yes, you are, sir. It's Nintendo. At least for terms of nostalgia, check it out. But look, Nintendo now I think they're just focused on locking people up, man. They're making examples out of everybody who emulate their games and try to sell their games. And look, I think that's what they focused on. Breath of the Wild 2 is going to have to hit because the people that they're locking up, man, like, I don't know. It just seemed like kind of weak. Hey, Addict, I'm not sure if you know, but Kirby, the new Kirby game, which I blanked on the name, that's supposed to come out, I think, next week or in 2 weeks. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Actually, Switch. I'm not the biggest, Switch fan in general, But I will say Switch has a really good year. Like, they have a good year coming up. I can't deny that. All right, so there's the article. I just sent it to you. So it just pretty much says that Sony had 2, PlayStation had 1, Sony had 2, Xbox had 1. I mean, I feel like this is just the opening thing, because if you look at it, Microsoft, they had Psychonauts, they had Flight Simulator, because that was I don't know why they would consider it different. They had Halo, which was like an 86, 87. I can't remember. What did Halo eventually end up settling on Metacritic?
I'm not sure. I thought it hit around an 85.
87.
Right?
87.
87. Okay.
So it's interesting, man, because it's like I said, you got even Returnal did good, didn't it?
Metacritic.
Returnal got an 86.
Yeah. If I was like, yeah. See, and that's what that's surprising, because those games average around that. They were averaging around 84 to like 87. I remember Miles Morales hit like an 85. I'm like, and that well deserved, by the way, well deserved. But
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart 88. What else came out last year for them?
And I said that was hold on, what dropped last year for play? I know Returnal did come out, and then Ratchet came out. Demon Souls and what was that? That Spider-Man game that came out beforehand. That came out like the year prior. So I think we're in year 2 now, or year 3, I think. But
I don't know if they consider Demon Souls part of it or not.
But I say Demon Souls because it's not on because it's not on Xbox or Nintendo. They may not consider it though.
Oh,
Square, 12.
Would they consider Deathloop part of that?
You know what?
Because that is a Bethesda game, and Bethesda was on that list too.
You know what number they were? So I think I'm about to hit the top 5. Okay, no, they're number 5 actually.
Who, Bethesda? Yeah, they actually had a good year last year too. It's an interesting thing, man. Like, I feel like we're gonna see this going forward. Maybe not this year. I think this year might be a little light. I don't know. We'll have to see how Redfall or whatever that game's called. We'll have to see how that is. Starfield's coming out. Gran Turismo's coming. Not Gran Turismo. We got Forza Motorsports that's coming out. Probably going to have a couple games sprinkled in there, so we're going to see those type of games. I'm sure Microsoft has some kind of arrangements made with certain developers, probably getting like a year timed exclusivity. So we'll have to see that is like. But last year, they had Age of Empire, like 83, 84. They had a really good year last year.
Okay, I can explain. Well, I see an explanation now, because I kind of forgot what came out with Xbox, what they put out earlier. But I can see why they're number 1 now. Forza Horizon 5, which, you know.
That's like a 92, 90.
Yep. Psychonauts was kind of sought after. Flight Simulator helped that a whole lot.
That's a 92.
Yep. And then Halo Infinite. So they've had titles.
And they had Age of Empire.
Yes. Yep. I mean, they had a fair amount, but, you know, hey.
And plus, I'm sure they'll use Gears Tactics when they re-released it for the Xbox.
I don't see in this article, but I'm sure they did that thing.
It's good, man. Like, you know, it's good competition. Like, one of the things that we need to see more is this type of competition. We need to see Microsoft and Sony fighting more high quality titles. Like, regardless how you feel about some of the games, they're high quality titles. You know, if you play Psychonauts, you know that was a title that took a lot of time, effort, and money into. Just because it wasn't your type of game doesn't mean it's a game that other people aren't gonna like. But there ain't a whole lot to talk about that. So, you know, let's move on, because it's gonna be a kind of a light show, because obviously there ain't a lot to talk about. It's kind of been dead for information, Hustle.
Oh, Addict, hey, can I throw a topic in here too?
Yeah, sure.
I saw you did a video on Perfect Dark earlier this week. Can we speak on that?
Oh, you talking about it might be at E3?
That's right. Is
this sad? I don't care about Perfect Dark at all.
Yes, it is. Well, nostalgia, you know, touches my heart.
So okay. Here we go, Hustle. Sell me on Perfect Dark right now.
So you on Perfect Dark right now? Well, okay. So you already like first-person games because you play Halo over Gears. So you already like the first-person aesthetic. I think you're more of a sci-fi cat. I could be wrong, but you do play Destiny, and that's not exactly based in realism. So I say there's definitely a sci-fi element to it.
So
And,
explain the sci-fi element to me. Explain the sci-fi element to me.
For
Perfect Dark. Why does it
Perfect
make
Dark?
it sci-fi? I don't know nothing about Perfect Dark.
Okay, cool. So if it's gonna stay true to the actual story, if Perfect Dark is gonna stay true to the story, and it's gonna be a spiritual reboot, like we do believe it is, Joanna Dark works with a company called Datadyne, and you put me on the spot. I would have did a video about this, but there's a lot of futuristic stuff going on in there. What's up, Big Cloud? Thank you for that donation. We appreciate you too, homie. Listen, Addict, you can run around with an alien called Elvis. If this is gonna be the spiritual,
so there's aliens in Perfect Dark.
Oh, dog, there's aliens, there's guns that'll shoot through walls. Don't put that in the multiplayer, by the way. I did a video on that once upon a time. Don't put that in the multiplayer. There are a lot of like different weapons. Yo, there's a gun called the laptop gun that you could throw like, as you know, you can, all the guns have like secondary controls. So like on Super Nintendo or 64, you would do like the hold A and press B. And with the laptop gun in particular, it'll turn itself into a turret. So you got a group of guys coming around the corner you having trouble with, just lay them all down. It's a turret. You lay them all down. You know, it's a whole lot to go with that. The story is cool too. And that was like the first time you saw like second time for me, because Tomb Raider was out then too. But just a lot of the stuff that happens, I don't want to say it's wacky, because it's not like Sea of Thieves types of wacky. It's not as serious as like Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Not doing a good job at selling me on this, Hustle.
I
I'm be real with you.
You gonna play it, you gonna enjoy it, sir. Also, and I don't know if they're gonna add this, but that's another game that had a co-op campaign too. So I don't know if they're gonna add that, but back in the day it had co-op campaign. Me and my brother used to play it all the time. But
you know what you should have opened that with, Hustle?
What's up?
You should be like, oh, why do you want to play? This is how I would have. I'm like, Addict. You know, I could tell you about the story, about aliens, about some sci-fi, but all I gotta say is Addict. It's on Game Pass. Okay, Gussel, I get it.
I mean, yeah. Hey, look, I ain't finna hold you. I'm finna buy that day one though. I gotta buy that one day one. Even if I don't play like a physical version of it, I gotta get like the Xbox Series. I'll probably just have it up on the mantle, man. We got a $2 super chat from Big Cloud Gaming. Shout out to you, sir. We see what you about to do in a couple days. Salute to the homies. Well, thank you very much, Concept. You know, we appreciate you. Hey, if y'all not subscribed to Big Cloud and you are a fan of a certain professional wrestler, I'll just say, go ahead and subscribe to Big Cloud now. I believe that interview's coming out tomorrow. And do a little promo for Big Cloud. If you do YouTube, he has another interview coming up. I'm not sure what day, but he has it with people who can help you in YouTube with vidIQ. Big Cloud, don't kill me. But I know you tweeted it out, so that's why I'm talking about it, big homie. Congratulations to you. Hey, y'all let me know in the chat, because I saw somebody leave a comment. He said, my excitement was infectious. Listen, Perfect Dark is that good. Let me tell y'all that. And I hope that the initiative don't mess it up. Should me and Addict run it if it's co-op? Because I kind of want to run it if it's co-op, Addict. I'm gonna buy it on Steam, man. I kind of feel like we should run it if it's co-op. Seriously.
If it's cross-play, sure, but I ain't touching that Steam store. I ain't touching it at all. Like that. If it's co-op, but you know, you hopefully maybe you'll have an Xbox Series S at that time. You know, maybe you'll have one of these consoles.
I need a Series X, man. I can't.
You could just get this Game Pass, so we could play it on Xbox. You don't.
I got Game Pass. I got it on PC. I got Game Pass on PC actually. I still pay for it. Yep. I still pay for it. I gotta play Death's Door. Oh, we getting sidetracked. My fault. I gotta play Death's Door. I still got Game Pass on PC. I gotta play Death's Door.
All right. So let's go and talk about this Bungie thing. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see people were sharing? Apparently, it's hot that Bungie's hiring for third-person games.
Why? No, I didn't see that. What for? I mean, listen. I would like to think I had some credit in making this move, because they probably heard me when I was on here with you, and I said, hey, they got too many first-person games. But I think anybody can see that. Anybody, and all of us can see that there are too many first-person games. I think that's cool if they are hiring for third-person stuff. Wait, hold on. You said Bungie or?
Yeah, Bungie.
Oh, you said Bungie. I'm thinking about Halo.
No, Bungie. Bungie's hiring for third person stuff. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean anything. For all we know, this could literally just be, them making like something related to third person. It doesn't necessarily they're making an entire third person game. But it's interesting because Sony buys them, and then 2 weeks later, they're hiring for third person talent.
Well, they have a lot of IPs that, one IP in particular that I do want to see make a comeback was a game made by Ready at Dawn. That was the Order 1886. That kind of was like Gears on PlayStation if we really want to take it there. So like that, I think that's dope that they're doing this. I'm assuming that this won't be a multi-plat and this will be on PlayStation. And that's what they do over there at PlayStation. That third person greatness, man. Over the shoulder, Kratos, Nathan Drake, Chloe Fraser, goodness. Listen, I'm here for that. I'm here for that because, as y'all know, I prefer third person over first person. I'd rather see my character than. This is why I can't connect with Master Chief. I know I'm trying to slander nobody, and I was just going on about Perfect Dark. Addict, I'll take you a trip down memory road with you right quick. There was a long time ago to where we thought the Coalition was going to work on Perfect Dark. I said, cool. You know why? Because Joanna Dark in third person. That's dope to me. Like I would love to see more of that, and obviously that's not going to happen now. I like third person. Good for Bungie. And you know what? Honestly, like they do first person so well. I got a feeling they're going to knock the third person thing out the park. They got too many resources around them not to. What's up?
I hope because I do. I don't know if they're making a third person game. I'm kind of worried about that because that means they're making 3 games. And it's kind of interesting because that means they're making Project Matter, Destiny, and whatever this game is. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is the third person game. Like, it could literally just be something they need for Matter, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the latter because at the end of the day, they go from making first person stuff exclusively just about, and then they get bought by Sony, and now they're hiring third person stuff. So we'll have to see how that is. Like I said, man, there ain't a lot going on right now. First off, we'll take about 10-15 minutes just just bullshitting around. We'll answer some questions in the chat too. To tell you guys my ambitions, my goals. It's like, things have been going pretty good with the Addict show. I do appreciate, I know it's been kind of inconsistent and reconsistent because, first off, I blame Witch Queen entirely. I missed the week because of Witch Queen. I know I could have had that show, but you guys know if I would have had that show, it would have been me wanting to end the show. So it's just best for me to end the show. It's nice, like, probably here in the next maybe month. Now, next month I am going to PAX East. So I don't know if I'll be here at the end of that month. Let me see. If I am, I'm gonna be tired because that's when I get back.
Hey, I don't expect for you to do that and the show and cut. Nah, I wouldn't expect that. No way.
I mean, we'll just see. We'll have to see how I feel, man. Maybe I'm gonna be mad energetic. I don't know. Right now, it's like I said, I am playing and reviewing Triangle Strategy. I wish I need to figure out how to actually work this camera. And actually work this camera.
Oh. All right, so let's have a little behind the scenes. Do you have it in manual focus or do you have it in autofocus?
I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I actually had someone send me a video. So that's like next week's tackle. Like it works fine now as long as I'm talking. But if I put anything in front of the screen, it's like Chang.
You probably have it in manual focus because I can do the. Wait,
you were talking.
I'm in manual. I'm in manual focus. I know.
Look at
out of focus if you can.
Look at the confidence you had when you put that up on the screen.
I'm trying to show y'all. Okay, y'all see here, y'all. Well, that's my light. Never mind. just know that there's a difference between autofocus and manual focus. My camera is stationary, but I got a ring light around this thing now. This is why I'm so well lit. You won't. If I wanted to show y'all something and I wanted to put in an autofocus, it would, every time I move, this was the same thing that was happening to King. He would go in and out of focus. He would blur in and blur out. And I think that's what You may have it in manual focus, and I think that's why you probably couldn't show that game the way you wanted to. But that's just me.
I mean, I'll look at it later. Like,
yeah.
The thing is like, I'm excited about the Returnal thing. If it is,
oh yeah.
I did see people in the comment section saying that they said full campaign. If that is true, I'll probably play that.
What they did, actually, and well, I think I was ahead of you at that point, but I was like, oh wait, I said I can finally get some help because they said it was the full campaign thing, and also, and we mentioned it earlier. Well, I mentioned it earlier. It looks like it's gonna answer some questions for that ending. I don't know if people was just quote unquote dissatisfied. I didn't beat the game. I saw the ending. I was just a little confused by the multiple endings it had, but I think it answers those questions as well. And I'm actually cool with that. Like normally, right? Normally when it comes to making a single player game like that, I would like for you to get it and knock it out the park the first time around. However, since this update is free, and you can get this game for like, I'm sure you can catch it on sale. I'm sure you can catch this game on sale. If you haven't played it and you like a tough game like that, we were talking about Elden Ring and everything. I feel like you should give Horizon. Pardon me. My fault, Gorilla. I didn't mean that. I feel like you should give Returnal a shot. I really feel like you should. Dang.
Trade to Young Game Pass day one. That samurai movie, that samurai game that was at the PlayStation showcase. Are you saying that they said it's day one? If that's day one, that looks bad. Like you have a day one game, and Microsoft you have a game on your showcase, and Microsoft announces in the same day that it's coming to their platform in Game Pass.
Hey, Addict, want me to keep it real with you, dog? That don't matter no more. And I kind of want to make a video about this too. That whole competition thing. You remember when Phil Spencer, and not to harken back to that, but remember when that acquisition came with Activision? He was like, "Yo, PlayStation not our competition." You know, he was talking about Amazon and you know Google, et cetera, et cetera. He was talking about the real big players like Embracer Group and all them. He was talking about them. He wasn't talking about PlayStation. So you saying that, or whoever put that in the chat, it wouldn't surprise me if that is true, because it hasn't been confirmed yet. But that wouldn't surprise me anyway, because I think that those days are over. I think that I think the bigger shock would be like a God of War, like one of those first party titles going over there. Like we saw with the baseball game that everybody seems to love so much. We saw with that, and that was like a shocking thing. That would be shocking, but that game that they showed, and I had mentioned earlier they was going to show nothing but indies, a lot of indie stuff anyway. So indies and third party. So I'm cool with that. That's not a thing. I kind of hope, not that it would be, but I hope the Cowabunga collection is over there in Game Pass. I'm not gonna lie. They're not gonna do it though.
Just out of curiosity, Hustle, how do you feel about this year's like E3 time? Like, do you think people like Microsoft and them are going to show up pretty heavy? Do you think Microsoft's going to have a good E3 this year? I feel like we should see like Avowed. Apparently, Perfect Art's probably going to be there.
I think with everything that's going on, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be real with you. I think Microsoft's next 5 E3s are gonna be good. Like
next 5 E3s.
Yo, we saw. Hold on. Addict, we got to put this. Let's go back a little bit. When they started acquiring all these studios before the Activision deal, before that, we saw like the rollout. And one of the things that I constantly preach while I'm on here is like, yo, they finna have a nice little 2023, 2024, 2025. Now with this acquisition of Activision. God, it's a tongue twister. Now when we see stuff like that, it's the rollouts. It's just getting bigger. It's like the snowball is rolling downhill, and it's getting bigger and bigger. I feel like they definitely gonna live up to it. They're gonna live up. They're gonna live up to the hype, man. I think they are, because they literally have something for everybody. And I don't want to make this an Xbox thing. I don't want to bleed green today. We're supposed to be talking about PlayStation and everything else. But go ahead, Eddie. Go ahead.
To be honest, like when it comes to exactly how this conference is supposed to go, they're going to have to start doing more things like a direct style, because they got too much to show now. Obviously Call of Duty is going to have to be at every conference now from now on. Like, just because, that might be a multiplier. That's being announced on an Xbox stage from here on out. Maybe after this marketing goes up, that's when it'll start being shown. And then after that, that's going to take a lot of time just showing that. And then you're going to go off of Overwatch, Diablo. There's a lot of stuff they have to show at their conferences. So that's why I feel like, I feel like they should bring Inside Xbox back, but they need to actually hire influencers to direct the show. and not because like I said it on a show I was on a couple days ago where it was just like, look, like right now the biggest issue we had with Inside Xbox, it was PR people trying to talk to us. We don't want to hear from PR people. We don't want to talk to PR people. PR people is literally the opposite of what influencers like talking to, because PR people would talk around every question you have. So it's just what?
Well, Addict, I did want to just give a special shout out to a young lady that Big Cloud had interviewed, him and Blaze over there on the RGT podcast. Hopefully, friend of the show, and hopefully she'll come over here one day. Kate Yeager. I found Kate Yeager through Inside Xbox. I found It's Charlie though through Inside Xbox. I kind of feel like, okay, remember how you just said they needed to hire more influencers, right? I think so. I think those two in particular will work well. But you remember the last time they tried to do something with well, I know their names and I'm not gonna mention them. With two other influencers, it was two other young ladies who I follow, by the way. And it didn't turn out as well as it should, because they didn't have any type of history with any of the games that were showing. They kind of didn't know what was going on, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not gonna mention their name just because I don't want them to think that I'm taking the crap on them. But I feel like if you are gonna get people, they can get y'all for that. Like they can get LP, they can get a weapon wheel,
and that's what I'm saying. Like.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
I think
we gotta get somebody who with it like that.
I think the biggest issue like when it comes to stuff like these type of events like Inside Xbox is like, look, Major Nelson's cool, but Major Nelson, I don't really feel like he knows how to interact with people. I don't think he knows how to talk to our audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like when you make these type of events, you don't make these events for casual audience. You make these events for the hardcore audience because they're the ones watching your event. Now E3, that's different, a little bit different, and I feel like it's still around the same type of laws when it comes to E3, but it's just like they got to do better. I don't think Inside Xbox was the issue. The people running Inside Xbox was the issue, because I honestly and truly feel like when it come to Inside Xbox, it was just cringy, and there wasn't a lot of
too long. It was too long,
But see, it was long and there wasn't a lot of substance either. There was a lot of talking for no reason. Like, you could do both. You could show me gameplay and you could talk at the same time. You don't need to bring people on multiple times. I remember there was an Inside Xbox where the same people come on twice. Like, it's just like, look, Inside Xbox could come back. Maybe you should rename it at this point because people have such a bad taste when it comes to Inside Xbox. You gotta have the exact same formula, just shorten it and actually have your games in it. Stop giving your games to the Video Game Awards. Stop giving your games all around anyone that's willing to show it at a Microsoft conference and show it there. Hey, this is how they need to do. They need to have they need to have an Inside Xbox at the beginning of the year, and that's for like the first couple months. They need to have then they have E3 around July, August. Then they have another Inside Xbox around the Gamescom around that area, and then they have XO at the end of the year.
Yeah, but Addict, you know why I disagree with part of that? You said don't give it to the Game Awards, but every year that the Game Awards has been in existence, whether we are keen on that show or not, I'm not saying that I'm not, and I'm not saying that you're not, but whether the general public is good on that show or not, the ratings go up every time. The ratings increase by a lot every single year. So look, I ain't finna hold you. If I got a Perfect Dark announcement, right? If I got a not Elden Ring, what's the name? With the crazy girl, Hellblade. If I got a Hellblade announcement, if I got something like that, they revealed the console at the Game Awards, son. Like, see, there's so many people watching. You gotta put
and I get that, but also, when a PlayStation big event happens, like their showcase, does the whole industry not stop? The whole industry tunes in, and people's like, oh, they're bigger. No, because PlayStation is known for keeping their stuff for them. When you launch a PlayStation showcase, you expect great stuff because they're keeping their best stuff for them. But when you watch an Xbox showcase, you don't know. Because you got, a variety of events that could pop in at any time. You got the Game Awards that they could show something there. Like, it's like, imagine if they would have held the Hellblade gameplay they showed at the Video Game Awards last year and showed it at their own E3 stage. It would have made the show better.
Yeah, but but sometimes you gotta take the loss in order to get the big W. Sometimes
Yeah, but
you gotta
you're never gonna
in order to win the war.
You're never gonna build that anticipation, that hype, unless you start doing it. Because now people don't. Now when people watch an Xbox show, they like, okay, it's cool, but let's keep our expectations in check because we don't know if they're going to show this here. We don't know if they're going to show this there. We know that they have deliberately held stuff to show it at the Video Game Awards, so you can automatically assume that there's a chance they might do that again. We know that they don't really generally have XOs right now because of the pandemic, which that might change. It's probably going to change, but it's just like. Yeah. You have all of these titles, 30 plus studios. You just bought Activision. You have all of this. What I want to see is you start using these titles to building your own show portfolios. When I see an Inside Xbox, you can do all the cringy stuff. Just have relevant stuff there that we're going to want to hear from. I mean, sure, you could bring in your third-party stuff. Like, imagine the showcase that they have with State of Play when they dedicate it to a certain game. They can have an Inside Xbox dedicating it to Perfect Dark, in-depth stuff on the gameplay. Dedicating it to Avowed, in-depth stuff on the gameplay. Like, they can have stuff like that, but the thing is you're never going to build true hype for these events when you're constantly giving your best stuff. Like, Hustle. They showed Hustle. Yes. They showed their next console on another man's stage.
Hey, but also, Addict, they had to do that. Before all of this happened, y'all know what they was coming up off of. They had to create such positive, I won't say PR, but maybe it is PR. They had to create such positive promotion for the series consoles that were coming out. They had to do that. And also, let's be real, when there like 20 million people watching that joint.
And I get that. Like, okay, I can understand the Xbox Series X and the Hellblade announcement. I can understand that to a point.
Hang on. You just came off a generation of getting your teeth bashed in. You got to turn this around. Hey, my dog is going off right now. Hold on.
Okay. Look, chat, I see what you guys are saying, man. I see they don't have a lot to show. All I'm saying is if you start building stuff up and you force people to come to you for these events, people are going to be hyped. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have good events. Felt like last year's was a solid, great event. All I'm saying is what the Hellblade gameplay would have been at E3. It would have been a way better show. I just personally feel like they need to do better on their own stage. Now, sure, maybe right now they're doing it because they have to build a portfolio. They have to build trust back into the gamers. They're coming off a pretty, average generation. So maybe that's the reason they're doing it. But are we going to say this forever? I mean, it's like I said, they showed their brand new system on another person's stage. Sure, I can understand why they did that. And the reason I can understand why they did that is because they wanted to generate a lot of hype going into next generation. Showing the Xbox Series X and Hellblade at the Video Game Awards made sense. But if they would have showed that at XO a couple months earlier, that would have made sense too. Sure, it wouldn't have had it wouldn't have had as many people, but everyone would have been writing it as the XO. Everyone would have been writing it as their stuff. And sure, I do think it being announced at the Video Game Awards worked better for them in terms of having more eyes on it. I don't think it did better for them as far as their brand itself.
No, I was reading the chat. All right. Okay. I mean, look, I always look at it like this, man. If I have something that big to announce and I know what the reception is going to be, no matter how big it is, and we not popping right now, but I have another opportunity to announce it, let's say, on my own channel, right? I don't have as many subs as the ILP channel, but if I got something to announce, I'll probably do it over here because there's a lot more people watching. Sometimes you got to take the L in order to get the big W. That's just how I feel about it. But I feel you, though. But you, at some point, and you are right, at some point they are going to have to build anticipation brick by brick for their own thing at a certain point. They are. They can still work with the other guys that with the Game Awards.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying they have to do it. All I'm saying is I do sense that anticipation, that hype train. The moment PlayStation announces a showcase, the internet just turns the hell over. And I'm not saying that Xbox doesn't get that same treatment. They do. But I do know that there's a lot of times where I'll be watching these podcasts and people will ask them, do you think this is going to be there? It's like, no, I think that might be at the Video Game Awards. And it's just like, I get it. Video Game Awards is growing. But at the same time, Xbox is yo stuff. You don't see PlayStation announcing big ass stuff at the Video Game Awards. You don't see Nintendo announcing big ass stuff at the Video Game Awards. Like, they got to do better on building their own portfolio at their own events, because now when you're going with 30 plus studios, you got to have better outputs to reveal information and to talk about games, because right now they don't really have an Inside Xbox. We haven't seen one in a while. They don't have anything direct style. They got E3 and the Video Game Awards. And you need to start building a portfolio to show your own outlets and stuff. And I think that starts with keeping the majority of your good stuff off other people's show.
Hey, Addict, I do want to say something too. The Inside Xbox thing, how you had pitched that idea. Initially that's what I thought was going to happen. Like if they had like a big, let's say Perfect Dark, right? Which just, just pull that game out the sky. If they had a Perfect Dark, if they had a Halo, I always assumed that, a few other things may have been announced, but the focus would be on this thing. That instead of doing the Inside Xbox for Halo, if I remember right, they just did like a live, I think they did like a YouTube premiere or something like that. Now, I'm sure the pandemic had a lot to do with that, but do you remember what I'm talking about? Because I remember when they did that morning, they had dropped like a video on Halo's multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, for them not to have Inside Xbox for something like that, that's a miss. That is a miss, because it's not nowhere else, and it's something that you're already doing. But I guess, again, it's because of the pandemic stuff and what you couldn't do it. But I think, and even I think, I'm almost sure that things will turn around. And Addict, I do want to say this. Initially when we started this conversation, this portion of the podcast, we were supposed to be talking about what's going on with the future plans. We got around again.
We got a $10 super from CJ Mike 1024. Loving the show. Addict Hustle have good chemistry. Big ups from Texas. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support. Now, look, like I feel like Inside Xboxes, you use that to break down games. E3, you use that for a roadmap, like kind of what happens 2024, 2025. And XO you use to show what's happening next year. And that's how, obviously, they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's going to be fine regardless, because we've clearly seen that Microsoft, they're on a better branching path. And that's one of the biggest criticism I have left for them, is just do a better job at your own stuff. You don't necessarily have to pull everything off the Video Game Awards. But, gameplay stuff, show that at the Video Game Awards. But don't reveal brand new games there. You know what I'm saying? Because especially something as big as a Fable gameplay reveal or something like that. Like that kind of stuff, like Compulsion's next game. That better not be at a Video Game Awards. That's got to be on their stage. That's their game. That's the only real criticism I have. And I think they're in a lot better place than they used to be. And I think they're going to do well. This thing with 2021 being their highest year of Xbox, I think that's just starting. I think you're going to start seeing that a lot, and it's not going to be necessarily because they have the better games. It's going to be because they have the most consistent good games.
Hey, Addict, I gotta stop you. Shout out to Stone Patrol in the chat, and I do want to Google this. They said the Game Awards had 85 million people watching it,
and that's cool.
That's
cool, but you're never going to get those. But how much did the last PlayStation event get? The showcase.
It wasn't no 85 million. Let me tell
you.
It
was a lot. I bet you it was a lot. It might not have been 85 million, but I bet you it was a lot.
But I
think when I was watching that live, there was like 700 and some thousand people watching it live, not pre-recorded, not live.
Yeah, but this is still, like you just have the opportunity to reach more people. I think what you want to do is cool, but honestly, it's more like, the Xbox fans are going to watch it. I mean, hell, I'm going to watch it because I kind of watch everything, and I know somebody in chat said that too. I kind of watch I'm guilty of that because I watch everything too, just to see what's new and everything.
We got a $5 super chat from Skateless. Skate Lights. I don't know, man. I apologize. Xbox should do state of play because they have too many games. PS should have stuck at E3. I agree. But see, the thing is PlayStation is doing that kind of format as well. And I actually think out of Nintendo Direct, state of play, and Inside Xbox, state of play and Nintendo Direct is far better than Inside Xbox. So
yeah, Nintendo, they just get to it. They don't waste no time. They don't throw nothing stupid in there. Like they just here you go, here you go, here you go. They hit you off in the joint, and that's how they do it.
We got a $2 super chat from Why So Serious. What's up, Addict and Hustle?
What's up, man?
What's up, Why So Serious? Man, I gotta go watch that new Batman movie. I'm gonna go watch it Friday. Probably next week sometimes we might have a one of those things. We might do something for the members and patrons. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what I'm doing next week, if I have time to do something like that. But, I'm going to end this show here soon. It's just like, look, I'm not saying that they don't do what's right. I know they have a lot going up. They're in a different perspective than they are with PlayStation. PlayStation is coming off probably one of the best generations they've ever had. They got that hype. They can do whatever they want. I just feel like it got to get to the point where they feel confident with showing their own stuff on their own stage. Regardless that they might not hit that amount of viewership, they still going to, if they started doing and showing like all that stuff on their stage, the next time Xbox has another event, people will be like, yo, it's going to be bangers. Because they've always been doing it here lately. And then before you know it, they're going to build up that viewership because people are starting to trust their shows. I'm not saying people don't watch their shows. I'm sure a lot of people watch their shows. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that just wait for the IGN snippets of what happened. PlayStation, I don't feel like have that issue. I feel like when I see a PlayStation showcase, everyone is showing up for that. There's like 40 live streams. Shout out to you guys because we're a preferred Xbox podcast, and you guys, you definitely help us in the PlayStation realm. But, I just want to see better. That's all. I just want to see them do some kind of state of play thing. I want to see more of their stuff on their stage. If they got to do this for a couple more years to generate more hype for their games, then so be it. It's really me nitpicking. Like, I just personally feel like when you see PlayStation, even know how average that show we just watched was, we was in there watching the shit. So, that's how it is. Like, when it come to the Inside Xbox, there at the end, we wasn't doing Inside Xbox because we knew it wasn't going to be, it was going to be subpar and it was going to be cringy. I hope.
I do want to say this. I want to say this before we wrap up. I googled the Game Awards thing, and I thought Stone was just joking around. No. This recent one that they had, or at least 2021 anyway, 85 million global live streams. That's.
And it's like I said, no one's denying their dominance. Yeah. They're definitely doing good. But the thing is viewership's great, but building your brand and having brand trust is good too. I think
you want long term, not the short term quick.
It's like because right now they have 30 plus studios. They need better outlets to show these. And they're going to have a hard time having good content if they're giving away all their content. That's all it was. Like, I get it. I'm not going to say I don't understand why they don't put stuff on the Video Game Awards. My ass is live streaming that shit every year too. So there's a lot of stuff I feel like needs to change in the Video Game Awards, but it's not horrible. I think it's too long. I think they need to give more time to the actual people that's getting the rewards. But it is what it is. The dude's doing his thing, and he's growing. That's all that matters.
Shout out to
Jeff Keaton. We might try to reach out to him to get him on IOP. But anyway,
that'll be dope.
All right, so we're probably in the next couple of weeks we're gonna have a developer on. I'm not gonna say who's gonna be yet, but he works in a very prominent company. I'll put it to you that way. So we'll be having him on. And, we're going to pick his brain a little bit, man. We're going to pick his brain exactly the stages of development in general. Now, when you guys see who it is, I apologize, but we can't talk about certain things, clearly. Because I don't want him on here to talk about these certain games himself might have developed or is developing. I want to have him on here as a developer talking about the states of making a game. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff going around that people are misinformed about. I feel like there's a lot of things that people act like it's mad easy to do when you don't know anything about the industry. You don't know how it is to develop and stuff. So I just want to get, someone on here and just pick their brain apart. If they don't, just get a general information out of them. And I hope you guys enjoy it, because I want to do a little bit more reviews on here, interviews, try to get some indie developers I really enjoy. So put in the comment section, a good indie developer game. Now, try to keep away from bigger stuff, because I do try to save that for ILP, obviously. I have a lot of connections to a lot of different people, but I don't want to bring them on until they're on ILP, if that makes sense. So,
that's the big show. You gotta, gotta usher them in. You gotta usher them in right too. So, I feel that.
Yeah. So this year, we will be doing a prediction show similar to ILP. It'll probably be a month before ILP's prediction show, because I want to space them out. So we'll probably do it in reverse. Like ILP starts out usually with Nintendo, if we do one this year with Nintendo. So we'll probably start out with Xbox that time. So we're doing it in reverse, so it's not like the same content. But I appreciate everyone coming through, man. We're going to go ahead and end the show. Got to play more of this little triangle game. Once again, it's not focusing. I'm going to actually switch it to stop. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Now I appreciate everyone coming through, man. We'll be back here next Tuesday at 1 p.m. No, not 1 p.m. 5 p.m. I don't know why I said 1 p.m.
All right.
We'll be back here at 5 p.m. next week. I appreciate everyone coming through. Might try to get an Xbox guest on here next week. But anything, what are you doing, Hustle? What is Hustle doing? My voice is going out. So what are you doing?
Well, after this podcast, I got to fix something in OBS to see why I'm not having any desktop audio. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little confused. But I plan on streaming Elden Ring Saturday. Friday night, if I'm lucky, I will play, what's that? I'm going to try to finish Uncharted 3, which I got my thoughts about that one. I like the Uncharted series as a whole, but I got my thoughts on Uncharted 3. Boy, it's a bit of a drag. I'll just say that. It's a bit of a drag. So I'm going to work on that. For those of you all who don't know, I kind of had the opportunity to move some things from one of my rooms to an office that I'm sharing. This is why you see the green screen up, because, boy, it's a mess back there. But I'm well lit. I'm able to put my lights up and do my thing. I'll probably do a video on like a setup tour and stuff like that. But I've been working on that too. And shout out to you, Addict, because you kind of been understanding. Because kind of one of the reasons why I wasn't here last week, and I really couldn't have been here yesterday, because I was still putting all this stuff together, as you know. But thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, man. So